Anyway, so 2012, Hurricane Nemo. Shit was crazy. Most snow I've ever seen in my life. One night we were smoking, so we knew we had class canceled preemptively for like a few days. Never forget, it's a Saturday. We're drinking with some buddies at my house. I pass out, I wake up. There's literally snow up to here. That's just to set the stage for you, right?
Let me set the stage for you here.
So, we're a bunch of college seniors who are cooped up inside. For about 3-4 days, we're getting stir crazy. Classes are canceled. It's really hard to move around. We're basically stuck inside. And I have some great memories around this whole week, but here's the one we're keying in on. Wednesday comes around. We've been stuck inside 4 or 5 days. The roads were clear enough, but it's like when roads are clear and they should be this wide normally, but they're cleared and they're like this wide. That's key. Keep in mind that, right? The roads are usually this wide. You know, they're cleared enough. They're this wide. They decide to do it Aunt Chilada's, which is the senior bar, a senior night on a Wednesday or Thursday. Basically, hey, you kids have been stuck inside. Let's fucking go party, right? If you can make it, be safe. Everybody in my senior class made it who wanted to party. So we were stir crazy. We weren't, we were cooped up. So I got blackout drunk. I don't know how it happened. I probably had a little bit of a drinking problem. I'm in the front row, hammered drunk. And as college kids do. And now I will add this. I think Tone would deny this, but I will add this. It was slippery in there, bro. Again, there was 4 feet of snow. It's impossible to keep water out, right? It was wet. That's not to defend myself, because what you're about to hear is audacious, rambunctious, and crazy. I'm walking, and Tone and my buddy Jimmy, the one who I said the story about before, oops, sorry, Brianna, are standing right there, the only 2 people who saw it. I'm walking, I'm like, hey, Jimmy. I start slipping. There was an infamous Gumball machine on the wall. I go to catch myself on the Gumball machine, rip it off the wall, fall and eat shit. Break the Gumball machine, shit's everywhere. Ruined. Destroyed. I get up. Tone and Jimmy are the only ones who saw it. And Tone goes, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out of here. Or so he tells me, I was blackout. I do remember slipping. And I go, okay, bet. Nobody saw me except for those 2. Well, the bar, if this happened here, I go, okay, cool. Let me go to this bar, back to the bathrooms, return to the scene of the crime. All over the floor. It was insane. I don't know how they knew it was me, but I literally did a full circle around the bar to end up back at square one where it went down. And I think somebody else might have saw him, was like, it was him. Fucking narc bitch. And next thing I know, I'm outside with a very big and scary bouncer and Two-Tone, because Two-Tone's basically mediating, because I'm blackout drunk. And I'm actually, for being blackout drunk, pretty cool. I'm pretty chill. Hey, I'm sorry. It was totally me. Totally my bad. I slipped. No, Tone, hold on. I'm totally chill. It was me. I made a mistake. What are we gonna do what do we gotta do to alleviate this? Here's my credit card and my license, right? Tone's trying to mediate. The big bouncer goes, okay, great. Let me go get D, the owner. So they leave for a second, come back. You were an issue, then you admitted, then you switched up again. Okay, so it was more layers than I remember. So I was an issue, denying. The guy's like, bro, we know it was you. Then I'm like, okay, you're right, I'm sorry. Here's my here's my credit card. Here's my license. And then he's like, okay, bet. And then goes to get D or something like that and comes back with her. And I'm like, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It's like, you just admit, I have your card. You just admitted it. And I'm drunk. I'm blackout drunk. So I go from denying to admitting to giving my credit card to say, I'll come back tomorrow and we'll fix this. We obviously can't fix this now. To them going back inside to find the manager, they couldn't find the manager, D, to coming back out and me denying it again. How do you wear the cameras? This guy wanted to hurt me, and he could have snapped my neck with his pinky. And he's like, Tone's literally probably the reason I didn't get my ass beat. And he's like, all right, we have to go get D, like, we gotta figure this out. They disappear one more time. They come back out. I was outside, not anymore. I was gone. Remember the story chat about the roads? How much snow there was? There was the main road. There was the very dark, unlit Connecticut back road leading to our apartment. They still had my credit card and my license. And I was still denying it, or re-denying it. They came back out the second time and they go, where's... I was gone. In probably the worst conditions you could be blackout drunk and disappear in. And they didn't know where I was. I don't even know how, because I was blackout. All I know is next thing I know, I'm being pulled out of the snow. So Tone, you take over from here. Because all I know is next thing I know, I remember being outside. I remember denying it a little bit. I remember admitting it a little bit. And next thing I know, I'm being dragged out of the snow on the back alley road where I could have easily gotten hit by a car.
Listen, I come back out, I talk to D, I'm like, listen, he's obviously fucked up. He gave you his card, he admitted it. He's sitting there after he gave the card and they come back out, he's like, I didn't fucking do it! It was somebody else! It wasn't me! Like yelling, and I'm like, alright, let's go inside. I'm talking to them like, listen, no big deal, we'll come back tomorrow. Don't even worry about it. They're like, cool. We go back out, he's fucking gone. Gone. I freak out because I'm like, holy shit, he is blacked out.
Aggressive.
I need to find him. Looking through the parking lot, literally looking everywhere. I'm asking people, yo, have you seen him? He was just here. And they're like, nah, he didn't get in a cab. I'm like, no one drove him? Calling him. Nobody's phone, or he's not answering his phone. So I'm like, fuck it. I get my other buddy. I'm like, we got to drive back to the apartment, see if someone drove him there. We drive there, he's not fucking there. And I'm just still calling his phone, and no one's answering. I'm not even kidding, there's 4 feet of snow on the ground, it's fucking
the roads
10
were
degrees.
the roads were this wide. Like, that was an important part of the story. The roads were this wide, bro.
And it's 10 degrees out, it's probably 1 in the morning. I'm like, where the fuck is this guy? So I'm like, all right, fuck it. We'll drive back. We'll take a different way than we just drove. Maybe he's fucking walking. And as we're driving, I just see the roads have been plowed, so there's just a solid snowbank. But as you see the solid snowbank, there's literally a human little walking path. Like someone just decided, fuck it, and ran into the wall and tried to push their way through it. I pull over, like, there's no way this is him.
My feet were hanging out of the, like, into the road, right?
Like, we had to get out and, like, look, and then we saw you. Like, you were in snow. So we get out, I'm like, holy shit! We fucking pull him out of the snowbank, get him in the car.
That's when I woke up.
I swear to God, the first thing he said was, I didn't do it. Yeah, that was wild.
I would have died.
That was wild. Yeah, no, if we didn't find him, I think you, maybe you wouldn't have died, but you would, I think something bad would have happened health-wise. Like, you would have had
a pneumonia.
Yeah. I think you would have got, like, really sick, or honestly, you may have gotten, like, frostbite in one of your fingers or a hand, like.
I probably would have died. I was out, because next thing I knew, I was like,
I didn't do it. I'm like, bro, I saw you. I'm not the bouncer.
I've never seen Tone more mad. It was like when, like, Tone was pissed.
Dude.
Cal was quiet as always.
I'm just like, it was settled. It was so settled.
I admitted it.
He admitted it. boom, good to go. And like out of nowhere, he didn't even tell me like, yo, Tone,
I'm gonna
fuck
lie.
it, I'm gonna lie. He just, he's sitting there, he's like, yeah, no, like I fucked up, just get me home. I'm like, bet. They come out, he just looks at the bouncer and goes, I didn't fucking do it!
I like got,
and just
and
starts freaking out.
like I
It's
got bold
what?
with him. I got bold.
Oh yeah, no, the guy wanted to fuck you up for sure. He looked like the mountain from Game of Thrones.
You know
He
what the
was
funniest
huge.
part is? I resolved it the next day with D, and we were closer. Like D fucked with me after that.
She loved you.
She was like, it was crazy. She'd be like, hey, how you doing? Like this, that. I don't know if she knew I almost died that night.
Did you tell him about the time we went to the other bar and we just decided like, fuck this guy's fence, and we just started kicking, just bow,
That's a story
bow,
for another
bow.
day. You wearing a messy jersey? Don't talk about him. Remember that? Yo, hey, thanks.
We were degenerates, dog. We were degenerates. We had a great. You told them Fred. You told them Super Mario.
I never said that one day. But
You
you,
did.
you remember that I only got caught because I was like, what about Tone? I'm staying with Tone.
Yeah, that was lit.
Because
That
you
was
only
lit.
you and me got caught.
Yeah.
I
We
say
totally should have left.
100%.
Why we stayed was really.
You know what's
crazy.
funny?
I didn't even go there.
Cost us each $80, and literally Umberto was like, again, cool with us because of it. Like,
Yeah. He fucked with us. He was like, "You guys made it right." It's like,
remember
fuck
that
you,
was the
dog.
night I told the cop I was under.
You go. Yeah, I'm fucking 20 years old. We're at a bar.
Okay,
drinking.
Okay.
And he fucking looks at it. That we get the cops called on us for destruction of fucking property. The police pull up.
It's a separate
He
story.
looks at the fucking cop and is like, "Yeah, I'm 20. I got a fake ID."
And they let me in the bar. Like I was trying to push. I was trying to push blame.
He was trying to.
And then
he was trying to fuck over
Eight minutes later, I go, I'm 21, and the cop looks at me and goes, you just told me you were underage.
He's got a real track record of backtracking on shit in
When I'm
crucial
shit-faced.
moments in college.
Because the cop was like, all right, we won't, maybe we don't resolve that, and like something was happening. I was like, yeah, I'm 21, I'm good. And he was like, no, you're not. You just like,
I rarely got that fucked up too. Like I was more of a smoker at all these places. So this motherfucker Till would be like digging us a fucking deeper hole. And I'm just consciously sitting there like, shut the fuck up. Mimsy.
literally, Alan, this isn't my fault. The bar shouldn't have let me in.
Yeah, that was LT. I'm 20 years old and they served me. like trying to fuck up the entire establishment. The cop was probably like, dude, this guy pays us. We don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
100%. And we
Oh,
resolved. The cops
shit.
left. The cops left. It's fucking narcs in the messy jersey. I go,
College was incredible.
you like messy? Like these narcs like narked us out to the owner of that bar in that story. And he's like, this guy's sitting there, and like, he like tattled on us. I'm like talking shit at him. I'm like, oh, you like messy, huh? He's wearing a messy jersey. He's like, don't talk about him. I was like, oh, yeah? Don't talk about him? I won't. I'm just a little guy, officer. Dude, the bar shouldn't have they shouldn't have served me. Great story. He's been abducted. Till said I am not him. Bro, that, and so those were two separate stories. The last one we tacked on the end with the destruction of property, which I learned my lesson. I grew up. Chat, that's why we have a gumball machine. That's why Mel and Holly wanted me never to forget. Y'all a lot of you for the first time just heard the story of the gumball machine. I probably would have died, not definitively, but I could have probably lost a finger or a few or been in the hospital. Tone definitely, in a lot of ways, saved me that night. I just like to say he saved my life because I gotta be honest, bro. I was a legendary type of drunk. I was like a bad. And like, I'm gonna be real with y'all, chat, on a side note. I was drinking extra heavy my senior year because I was sad about some shit with like this chick. So like, I was like down bad drunk. I was like not just like, yo, we've been stuck inside. I was also like, I'm heartbroken drunk. Dangerous combo. And I probably would have died that night. Disappointed mother, your first time in here, you're learning. I'm not that guy anymore. I don't drink like that anymore. I don't, like I said, there's a big reason I don't like metaphysical. Straight up Shaggy, wasn't me? Y'all got me fucked up. Can't take you anywhere. He's been abducted. Vanished. I literally vanished. You were an issue when you admitted. So crazy. This dude was huge too. The bouncer was huge. The funniest part of the second story is admitting to the officer I was underage and then going back because he said, like, the way it came up is he was saying something to the bar owner. He's like, look, they're underage, so like we're not gonna do anything. We're gonna leave. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm 21. He was like, are you? Because you just said, like, it was like passing. Like, they didn't ask me again. In the second story. This is a second story where we kicked in a fence. I was wearing Timberland boots, and I ran out, saw my homies Tone and Toss kicking in a fence, and I went, I'm wearing Timbs. I'm from Jersey. Boom, dude. And I was like, yeah, it was dumb. I was an idiot. I'm not proud of that. But he's playing both sides. All right, I have